Today, you guys will have to manage without my video for some time. My camera is not here. So for some minutes, just, manage without my video. You can hear me, can't see me. Hello, Samir. Hello, Afreen.
Hello, sir. Hello, sir.
Hey, waiting for more students to come. Nikhil, sorry, Kanak has written her homework, put her homework in the group. Who else has? Rajiv. Okay. Two people have done their homework. I asked them to write a text comparing two cities. And I'm glad that two people did. Because of these two people, you guys will get to learn something again. Kanak, you made a few mistakes, beta. And it's very important that we understand when we use the comparative. As the name says, comparative adjective. If we are not comparing, we will not use the comparative adjective. Only when we are comparing, we will use the comparative adjective. When we want to compare two things. Okay. So I would like to read Kanak's text first. Kanak writes, Varanasi is a city full of temples. It is more spiritual than Patna. Very good. But in Patna, there is a ISKCON temple. I would rather say there is an ISKCON temple because ISKCON starts with a vowel. So I will say an ISKCON temple, which is not a big thing, okay? It's a small mistake and you can take care of it. It really looks more beautiful and bigger too. So what she's saying, that ISKCON temple looks more beautiful and bigger than the temples in Varanasi. If you wanted to say this, I'm totally okay. All right. If she wants to say, because this is what this sentence means, right? This sentence means that the ISKCON temple in Patna is bigger, looks bigger and more beautiful than the temples in Varanasi? Because she said Varanasi is a city full of temples. It's more spiritual than Patna. But in Patna, there is an ISKCON temple. It really looks more beautiful and bigger too. Both of the cities are older. Okay. Now, why older here? Older than which cities? Both of the cities are older. This sentence is not correct. You
Sorry,
have
sir.
to,
I have to written old.
no, I have to write. I should write. I have to written.
Yes, sir.
I should,
I
or I
should write.
should have written. Should have written. लिखना चाहिए था. I should have written. I should have written. I should have written. Both the cities are old. Both the cities are old, very old. Both the cities are very old. But Varanasi is, yes, Kana? Varanasi is more older. Is that a phrase, more and older?
No, sir. I should
Varanasi
have
is,
to write older
I, I,
only.
I should have written city. I should have written. I should
Yes,
have
sir.
written.
I should have written older only.
मुझे लिखना चाहिए था. I should have written older. Okay. Now, Patna is considered as a modern city. Both of them are famous for educational purpose. But Varanasi is more famous because there is BHU. Patna is also famous because there are a lot of good schools, universities, and important is AIM, means AIMS Patna. Varanasi is cheaper than Patna and smaller too. Good job, Kanak. Okay, just remember, don't use the comparative when you don't need the comparative. If you want to say something, बहुत है, कोई चीज बहुत ज्यादा है, बहुत, so you can use the word very and really. तुम बहुत तेज हो, you are very intelligent. तुम बहुत अमीर हो, you are very rich. लेकिन हाँ कंपैरिजन आ गया तो that's different thing. तुम मुझसे ज्यादा अमीर हो, you are richer than me. So if somebody is richer than somebody else, it doesn't mean, okay, if A is richer than B, it doesn't mean A is very rich. It doesn't automatically mean A is very rich. It doesn't mean that. I'm just saying A is richer than B. If you compare A and B, A is richer. That's it. But it doesn't independently mean that A is very rich. No, not necessary. They're both very poor, but A is richer than B. Right. Okay. It means A is less poor. As A is less poor. Right. A and B are both poor. A is richer than B. It means A is less poor. Okay. A lives in two-room house. B lives in a single room house, one-room house. A earns 200 rupees a day. B earns 100 rupees a day. So from this situation, it is clear A is richer than B, right? If you want to say. But technically, A is richer than B. He earns twice. He earns 200 rupees a day. B earns only 100 rupees a day. So from that perspective, technically we can say A is richer than B. But if you look at them and look at the world, then you realize that they're not rich people. A is not rich at all, okay, from other standards. Yeah, when you compare him with B, then you feel that he is maybe, right? Let's have this another example. A is 5 feet 2 inches tall, and B is 5 feet tall. Neither of them is very tall. Neither of them is very tall. One is only 5 feet 2 inches tall. B is only 5 feet tall. But A is definitely taller than B. So comparative compares. It doesn't tell you the degree of the adjective, how, like when we say somebody is very tall, then that's a different thing than somebody is taller, right? We should not confuse these two. Somebody is very tall and somebody is taller than somebody else. They're two different ideas. Rajiv writes, Patna is larger than Bihar Sharif. It is not cleaner than. Why? Why? We never used than and nothing. It is not cleaner, but it is not cleaner. Patna is larger than Bihar Sharif, but it is not cleaner. Things in Patna are more expensive. He has written things of Patna, but again, what can I say? I corrected him the other day as well. I said, people in Patna, buildings in Patna, that's how we talk, right? So things in Patna, its road are broader. Okay, very good. Patna's roads are broader. The Patna is bigger. The what is Patna bigger? Since is written something. If anyone can read this handwriting, the civil court of Patna is bigger. The civil court of Patna is bigger. The people in Patna are more polite. Patnites are more polite. It's more famous. Patna has higher population. It's geographically larger. Very good. Patna has more advanced facilities. The gym of Bihar Sharif is cheaper. The buildings of Patna, off, instead of saying off, he should say in all these cases. The buildings in Patna are bigger. The weather in Patna is cloudier. It's rainier. I don't agree. There isn't any difference between Bihar Sharif and Patna in terms of weather, because we are only 90 kilometers far from each other. So the weather has to be very much the same. When it is hot in Bihar Sharif, it is hot in Patna too. Yeah, usually there is nothing to tell between Patna and Bihar Sharif weather. It's railway station. This, uh, if you are using the possessive adjective, it's just like my, your, his, we write it's its. There is no apostrophe there. If you put apostrophe s, it becomes it is. Just like he apostrophe s. Its railway station is larger and cleaner. The girls in Patna are prettier. It's my opinion. Patna is better than Bihar Sharif. Okay, very well tried, Rajiv. I'm happy that you tried, you wrote. You did a good job, man. Keep it up. And anybody else wants to send their homework in the group? They can.
Yes, sir, there is my text.
Mafreen has written something here. Kolkata is newer than Bihar Sharif. It's much more modern. The Kolkata parks are bigger and nicer, and there are museums too. You should not write Bihar, you should write Bihar Sharif. As an educated person, you should never use the word Bihar when you mean to say Bihar Sharif after it. I know in every village around Bihar Sharif, people refer to Bihar Sharif as Bihar. It is such a bad practice and a strange practice, because they don't realize when they say हम बिहार जा रहे हैं, does it mean you are not in Bihar? It clearly means you are not in Bihar. अब बिहार जा रहे हैं. So where are you? If these people, are they in Bengal? Are they in Rajasthan? Are they in Gujarat? Do they not know Bihar is a state? I understand when old people make this mistake because they could not be educated. But young people, educated people, should never confuse Bihar and Bihar Sharif. Bihar Sharif is a city, it's a town. Bihar is a state. Kolkata is newer than Bihar Sharif and it's much more modern. The Kolkata parks are bigger and nicer, and there are museums too. Kolkata is a much more expensive city, but I like it. Kolkata is a much more expensive city. You see, if you use a noun, okay, after the adjective, when you describe Vinay sir is good, no problems. But if you want to say good teacher, teacher is a noun, then you must use the article, a or an. You must say Vinay sir is a good teacher. Similarly, Kolkata is a much more expensive city. And it's obvious, much more expensive than Rashid, but I like it. Afrin, as you have corrected one mistake, correct this mistake as well. I think you have put the letter A in the wrong place. In everything, you have put everything in the wrong place. Read your sentence. There are a lot of, we don't say A and lots. A is used with singular. Singular normally doesn't end with S. Plural ends with S. If you have to choose between lot and lots, which do you think is singular, lot or lots? Which is singular? Lot is singular, lots is plural, right? So you should never say A and lots together.
Yes, sir. There is typing mistake, sir.
There are lots of newer buildings. There are lots of newer buildings. Okay, there are lots of newer buildings. Okay, new buildings and newer buildings. New buildings, you're not comparing. नए buildings हैं. Newer, you're comparing. बिहार शिफ्ट के buildings से ज़्यादा नए हैं. Okay, there are lots of newer buildings. The weather in Kolkata is hotter in summer, just like Bihar Shift. But the weather in winter is a bit colder than Bihar Shift. Okay. You need to make a few changes here, Siti. It's much colder. Because you have unnecessarily used the word more. It's much colder in Bihar Shift. No, I'm not getting it, Siti. You have confused me. You need to help me here. You need to tell me what you have written. And if you guys realize that the students who have written, they are one step ahead of those who have not written. Why I'm saying this? Because when they wrote, they made a few mistakes. And now that I'm correcting these mistakes, they have improved a little bit. And those who have not written, they
Sorry, sir,
might
I
think.
can't hear you very well because my earphone is broken, sir. That's why.
How about the rest of you guys? Everybody else can hear me, right? It's Afrin's broken headphones. Otherwise, you guys can hear me clearly.
It's
Yes,
problem
sir.
of my phone, sir.
Afrin, I want you to read those two sentences about the weather, colder and hotter. because there is a little bit of a confusion there. You have written something that is contradictory, you're contradicting your own previous statements with another. So please read again and tell me what you wanted to say. You can tell me in Hindi as well, so that I know exactly what your idea is. मौसम के बारे में, मौसम in Kolkata and मौसम in Bihar Sharif. So tell me what you wanted to write. Okay. Like I said, that it is an established fact that 90% of language learners make mistakes while writing or speaking, despite learning the lessons. The teacher teaches them in the class, and yet 90% of students cannot use those things correctly. They have the concept in their minds, but when they put that concept in use in practical, then there are a few mistakes. And it's true about 90% of students. It means it is a common thing, and it should not be taken as a bad thing. There are only 10% very clever students, brilliant students, who don't make mistakes after learning from the teacher. The rest of them do make mistakes. More than 90, I'll say 95% maybe. That's my experience. I've noticed even the most clever students sometimes make mistakes despite learning the lesson. So I have started to believe that everybody makes mistakes even after I have taught them the lesson. But after making those mistakes, when I correct them, after they make those mistakes, when I correct them, they learn more and they are less likely to repeat those mistakes. So these 3 students who have done their homework in the group, send their homework in the group, these people are going to maybe avoid making these mistakes in the future. But the rest of you guys who are listening to the same thing, because you have not written, you are more likely to repeat these mistakes. You can keep listening to me, but when you write, you will make a few mistakes. Okay, like this. So you gotta practice a little bit, especially when I ask you to. Okay, don't ignore my tasks. The traffic in Bihar Sharif is better than in Kolkata. The stadium in Kolkata, stadium and R, I don't understand. The stadium in Kolkata are, stadiums in Kolkata are bigger, but it isn't in Bihar Sharif. What do you mean, but it isn't in Bihar Sharif? What are you comparing? You're comparing something with something that doesn't exist? मेरा बेटा तुम्हारे बेटे से बड़ा है और तुम हो कुंवारे. इंटरेस्टिंग ना? तुम्हारा बेटा नहीं है, लेकिन मेरा बेटा तुम्हारे बेटे से बड़ा है. तुम्हारे पास कार नहीं है, लेकिन मेरी कार तुम्हारे कार से बड़ी है. So sometimes you guys don't make English mistakes. These are funny mistakes of, I don't know which category I should put it in. There are a lot of bigger universities. मुझे नहीं समझ में आया आफरीन तुम्हारा वो लिखने का क्या लिखना चाहती. Stadiums in Kolkata are bigger, but it isn't in Bihar Sharif. कहना चाह रही है कि कोलकाता में स्टेडियम्स बड़े हैं, बिगर कंपैरिजन किया उसने, कंपैरिजन बिगर, लेकिन बिहार शरीफ में है ही नहीं. तो बड़ा किससे? अब मैं बताऊं, जब भी आप लिखते हो ना, तो मुझे एक बात पता चल जाती है कि आप लोग स्कूल में लिखने का काम नहीं किए. लिखना एक आर्ट है. कुछ लोग बहुत सुंदर लिखते हैं, सुंदर सुंदर, हम हैंड राइटिंग की बात नहीं कर रहे. अरेंजमेंट, लिखने का अंदाज, सुंदरता अंदाज की बात होती है ना, स्टाइल. आप लोग बस जानकारी देना जानते हैं, उसको खूबसूरत बनाना जरा नहीं आता आपको. और ये क्यों नहीं आता? क्योंकि जो काम बचपन से नहीं किया वो कहां से आएगा? मुझे कार चलानी नहीं आती अच्छे से, मैंने चलाई नहीं, राइट? तो वैसे ही आप लोगों ने लिखा नहीं है, आपको लिखना नहीं आता। अभी ये कंफ्यूजन ना हो जाए, लिखना मतलब खाली स्पेल करना नहीं, मैं बात करूँ सुंदरते लिखना, जो टेक्स्ट, नैरेटिव राइटिंग, स्टोरी राइटिंग, ये सब तरह की चीजें होती है ना, अपने ख्यालों को लिखना, ऐसे राइटिंग, ये सब वो सब करा ही नहीं बचपन से, एंड दैट्स व्हाई योर राइटिंग स्किल्स आर वेरी पुअर एंड इट रिफ्लेक्ट्स व्हेन यू गाइस राइट। आप सिर्फ इंफॉर्मेशन दे सकते हो थोड़ा बहुत बेसिक, उसको खूबसूरत बनाना इज नॉट वेरी इजी। कनक करती है तो कुछ हद तक, बिकॉज उसने करा है, स्कूल में भी करा है, ठीक है। There are a lot of bigger universities and schools. The Kolkata University is more and much expensive. ये confusion बार बार इसके साथ है। Much more expensive. It is much more expensive. Not a little more expensive. Much more expensive. Okay. Well done, all three of you. Okay, आप तीनों ने होमवर्क करके अपने आप को थोड़ा बेहतर बना लिया बाकियों से। Okay. तो जब भी आप इस तरह से प्रैक्टिस करोगे कोई चीज सीखने के बाद, आप थोड़े बेहतर हो जाओगे उन गलतियों से। योर मिस्टेक्स गिव यू अ चांस टू गेट बेटर। Language learning, we all make mistakes, and from those mistakes we learn. When I am learning Italian, I sometimes make mistakes with the same thing that my teacher has taught. Then my teacher corrects me. Hey, Vinay, not that way, remember? I say, oh, yes. Okay. Usually my reaction is, oh, yes, because I remember what my teacher taught, but I could not implement that. I could not apply that knowledge. So when I go wrong and my teacher corrects me, I say, oh, yes, oh, yes. Okay. So that somehow I've noticed makes me less likely to repeat that mistake. Sometimes, yes, I do, but sometimes I learn in 2 or 3 times. I make the same mistake 2 or 3 times. And then I say, oh, no, I will not this. And then it stops. I don't decide anything, actually, honestly speaking. I don't decide anything. Like I made a mistake, okay? And then my teacher corrected me. I said, oh, yes, you're right. Oh, yes, I think you're right. And somehow, a couple of days later, or a couple of weeks later, I repeat that mistake again. I repeat that mistake the second time. And then she reminds, remember when I said, oh, yeah, oh, yes, right, you're right. Oh, okay, fine. Sometimes, in some cases, I repeat it for the third time, the same mistake. And then she says, Vinay, I say, oh, yeah, wait. Yes, I remember there is a problem here. And I correct myself. So see, things change. I'm learning. Still, I'm learning because the third time, she did not have to exactly point out the mistake. She just said, Vinay, and I thought there is something wrong. And then I realized what was wrong. It means I've improved. I am better than the last time because last time she had to tell me what the mistake was. So I don't feel bad about making mistakes. Like, I think it's just natural. You guys also make mistakes the same way. It's just that for you, English is written in a very different way. Hindi and English, when it comes to style and all, they are very different. You guys do not really, I don't know what to say. But yesterday, you guys know I was on the, I was in Muzaffarpur, not exactly in Muzaffarpur. I was in Balia, okay, for my wife's exam. So at the bus stand, there were people shouting, Hajipura ye, Hajipura ye, okay. So I was thinking that I think 90% of my students will translate it, Hajipur come, Hajipur come, Hajipur come. वो नहीं सोचेंगे कि हाजीपुर आइए क्या है, क्या इसका कुछ मतलब होता है? ये कन्वीनियंस के लिए यूज किया जा रहा है एक फ्रेज। सुविधा के लिए वो बोलने लगे हैं हाजीपुर आइए, हाजीपुर आइए। मतलब आप बस में बैठे हो, हाजीपुर पहुंच गया है बस, और वो चिल्ला रहे कि हाजीपुर वाले उतर जाइए यहाँ पे, और वो बोलते हैं बस के दरवाजे पे खड़े होके हाजीपुर 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 आइए, हाजीपुर आइए। It basically means the bus has arrived in Hajipur. Okay, people who want to come to people who are who wanted to come to Hajipur, they should get off now, right? They should get off the bus. Your destination has come. So I was thinking that why people just repeat this way, because they are unable to imagine that, or unable to understand that some sentences in spoken Hindi, we have just coined them for convenience. I don't think it is very standard Hindi, हाजीपुर आइए, इसका कोई मतलब नहीं। हाँ, अगर कोई कहे टीवी पे, ठीक है, आपको बिहार के कुछ खूबसूरत चीजें देखनी है तो आप हाजीपुर आइए, then you will say come to Hajipur, come to Hajipur. If you want to see certain things about Bihar, if you want to know certain things about Bihar, come to Hajipur, visit Hajipur, right? So I think a lot of students who are learning English don't realize which words should be translated and which words should not be translated, because they don't mean what they literally say. Their actual meaning is different from their literal meaning. And they should care about the actual meaning, not the literal meaning. अब बस पे बैठा रहे तो पर भी बोलते हैं हाजीपुर हाजीपुर हाजीपुर, राइट? बस से उतार रहे तो पर भी बोलते हैं हाजीपुर हाजीपुर हाजीपुर. I am going to discuss this, ऐसे जगहों पे हमें इंग्लिश बोलने की जरूरत नहीं, हम नहीं बस के खलासी बन रहे हैं और हाजीपुर हाजीपुर चलाएंगे। लेकिन कहने का मतलब था कि लोग ऐसे सोच जाते हैं कि वो हाजीपुर आइए बोल रहा है तो हम लोग बोलेंगे हाजीपुर कम। ये क्या मतलब होता है यार? All right, so practice and keep practice. Listen, learn, make mistakes and learn. I would like to ask all the people whose text I read. I don't see Rajiv here. Rajiv is not here. Rajiv, Praful, is Rajiv next to you? Praful, is Rajiv with you? Praful, are you there, or have you fallen asleep?
No,
You responded very late, so it was connection issue, connection lag, or what?
no. Actually,
Go ahead.
my mobile sound is very slow. So I am not using earphone, and I'm sitting next to fan. So sometimes.
I see. Thank you for explaining your situation. All right. So you see all those people, Kanak and Afrin, because Rajiv isn't here. I hope that you guys are feeling, चले यार कुछ गलतियां पता चली बेहतर तरीके से, ऐसे नहीं करने की. So ऐसे ही एटीट्यूड रखना चाहिए कि अच्छा हाँ ये ऐसे करना, हाँ हाँ. Like I do, I make mistakes, but when my teacher highlights them, point them out, oh हाँ हाँ आप पढ़ाए थे, हाँ याद है. और कुछ बातें तो मैंने कहा कि वो तो बेवकूफी वाली बातें, उनके बारे में कुछ नहीं कह सकता. वो पर्सनालिटी जैसे तो तुम्हारी ग्रो होगी ना, तुम एक समझदार इंसान बनते जाओगे, ऑफ कोर्स यू विल स्टॉप राइटिंग थिंग्स लाइक दोस. एक जगह लिखा है आफरीन ने, द वेदर इज hotter. Kolkata is hotter in summer. Very good. Just like Bihar, बहुत बढ़िया ना. But the weather in it's a bit colder. चलो मान लिया winter छूट गया by typing mistake. The weather in winter is a bit colder than Bihar. A bit colder than Bihar से मौसम थोड़ा ठंडा रहता है, लिखा ना, हो गया ना? अगले सेंटेंस सुनो, इट्स मच कोल्डर इन बिहार से। इसका क्या मतलब निकालें? अभी तो उसने कहा कोलकाता इज अ बिट कोल्डर देन बिहार से, अब लिख रहे इट्स मच कोल्डर इन बिहार से। अब क्या करें? क्या कौन सा दिमाग लगाए, कहाँ से दिमाग लेके आए, मार्क्स की वजह से लेके आए इस बात को समझने के लिए? हाँ, कोई गलती नहीं हुई है कि मैं उसको करेक्ट करूं। मैं अपने एक सेंटेंस में इटालियन में लिखूंगा, यू नो, माई मॉम इज अ काइंड वुमन, ओके, आई एम वेरी लाइक हर। ठीक है, अगले सेंटेंस में मैं ऐसी कोई बात लिख दूं जो इसके एकदम उल्टा चला जाए। लिख दूं आई एम नॉट काइंड, भी थोड़ी देर पहले मैंने लिखा आई एम, यू नो, अ लॉट लाइक माई मदर इज वेरी काइंड, आई एम अ लॉट लाइक हर, और अगले लाइन में लिखूं आई एम नॉट काइंड। तो मैंने अभी लिखा क्यों था वो लाइन? तो ये मेरे से नहीं होगा, मैं गलतियां लैंग्वेज की करूंगा, बाकी बेवकूफी नहीं होगी इस तरह से। लैंग्वेज के एरर्स बहुत बेवकूफी वाले होते हैं। आई विल टेल यू समथिंग, you guys sometimes say I am Bihar Sharif instead of saying I am from Bihar Sharif. You know, people, especially in the beginning, in the early, you know, in the beginning of the course, when I'm teaching unit 1, I am from Bihar Sharif. Some students say I am Bihar Sharif. All right. Yes, somebody is from London, so they say somebody is London. मैं कहता हूँ क्या somebody is London? From छोड़ते हैं वो, मुझे लगता है कैसे छोड़ दिया? मैंने भी छोड़ा है from. Let me tell you, the sentence is I am from Bihar Sharif. Yo सोनो दी बिहार शरीफ, यो सोनो दी बिहार शरीफ, अब मैंने लिख दिया सोनो बिहार शरीफ, दी छोड़ दिया। ओके, तो यस, आई ऑल्सो मेड दैट सेम मिस्टेक, लैंग्वेज मिस्टेक है ना। तो आफरीन, सारी चीजें तो तुम सही करी बेटा, ये मुझे जरा एक्सप्लेन करो क्या करना चाह रही थी, और आगे से इस तरह की गलतियां कैसे अवॉइड करोगी ये तुम्हारे पर है। ये कनक ने भी वो गलतियां करी थी, वो नहीं, वो हर मिस्टेक्स वर इंग्लिश मिस्टेक। She wrote both the cities are older. वो इंग्लिश की मिस्टेक थी, that was not common sense mistake. Okay, इंग्लिश की मिस्टेक, वो लैंग्वेज सीख रही है, गलतियां होंगी। तो प्लीज अपने बेवकूफी वाली गलतियां ना करो, लगे नहीं कि तुम बेवकूफ हो, बाकी गलतियां करो लैंग्वेज वाली, उसमें कोई बेवकूफ नहीं होता। तुम ए छोड़ दो, दैट्स ओके, तुम एस लगा दो, दैट्स ओके, you write er, you write more and er, that's okay, because these are language errors. I'm totally okay with that. Listen, because you have a teacher who himself is learning a language or a couple of languages. So I totally understand your situation, because I make those mistakes in my own languages, the languages I'm learning. So I understand your situation and I'm very patient with you. But there are places where I can't relate to you. कुछ ऐसी जगह जहां मुझे तुमसे समझ नहीं आता कि मैं कैसे रिलेट करूं। मैं दो कॉन्ट्राडिक्टरी बातें बोलूंगा जब मुझे महसूस होगी बात कि मैंने दो कॉन्ट्राडिक्टरी बात बोली है, तो उसको एक्सप्लेन भी करूंगा कि क्यों कॉन्ट्राडिक्ट कर रहा हूं मैं अपने आप को। कॉन्ट्राडिक्ट करना मतलब अपने आप की कही बात को फिर उल्टा बोल देना दूसरा, तो दूसरी बार जब उल्टा बोलूंगा तो बताऊंगा क्यों कहा ऐसा मैंने, मेरे को पता चलेगा कि मैंने उल्टा बोला है, यू नो, पहले ये बोला अब ये बोल रहा हूँ, आई विल नो दिस। Fine, good job everyone, and the rest of you start taking your tasks more seriously. Unit 9, comparative adjectives are over. We are going to move on to the next thing. The next thing is the use of have got. I don't know. Okay, let's try it this way. A Brit in New York. A Brit in New York. Page number 92. A Brit in New York. Brit. The word a Brit in New York Brit is a noun or a verb or an adjective. You can easily tell me. It's as simple as 2 and 2 makes 4. A Brit in New York. What is the part of a speech of the word Brit?
It is a noun.
Obviously, we are saying a Brit. Articles are used before nouns. A girl in New York, a boy in New York, right? A Brit in New York. Brit is a noun. It refers to somebody who is from Britain. Yes. So we call them a Brit. Okay. A plural Brits. Okay. A Brit in New York. Listen to Gemma. Where is she from? Where does she live and work? Is she married? Okay, let's listen to Emma. Emma, no, Gemma. 9.7. You seem to have a bad throat, huh? A cold.
A Brit in New York.
So, Gemma, you're British, but you live in New York, yes?
Yes, that's right. I'm from Manchester.
And, here in New York, do you live on your own?
No, I'm here with my husband, Luke. We both come from Manchester.
I see. And have you both got jobs here?
Yes, I've got a really good job. I work for a fashion company.
Oh, great. And has Luke got a good job, too?
Yes, he's got a wonderful job. He's a gardener and he works in Central Park.
Wow, nice place to work. So where do you live? Have you got an apartment?
Yes, we've got a lovely apartment in Brooklyn. We take the subway to work.
So you haven't got a car here?
No, we haven't. We had a car in Manchester, but here we go everywhere on public transport. It's much easier. The traffic's terrible in New York.
I know. Well, thanks for answering my questions. Have a nice day.
So where is she from? Did you find out in the audio, Gemma? I can play the audio again if you want. Okay.
9.7. A Brit in New York.
So, Gemma, you're British, but you live in New York, yes?
Yes, that's right. I'm from Manchester.
And, here in New York, do you live on your own?
No, I'm here with my husband, Luke. We both come from Manchester.
I see. And have you both got jobs here?
Yes, I've got a really good job. I work for a fashion company.
Oh, great. And has Luke got a good job, too?
Yes, he's got a wonderful job. He's a gardener and he works in Central Park.
Wow, nice place to work. So where do you live? Have you got an apartment?
Yes, we've got a lovely apartment in Brooklyn. We take the subway to work.
So you haven't got a car here?
No, we haven't. We had a car in Manchester, but here we go everywhere on public transport. It's much easier. The traffic's terrible in New York.
I know. Well, thanks for answering my questions. Have a nice day.
I hope my conversation did not disturb you. Where is she from? She's from Manchester.
From Manchester.
And where does she live and work? Brooklyn. She works.
He worked in a fashion
Yeah,
company.
Is she married?
Yes, he is.
What do you know about her husband? What do you know about her husband? He has a job.
He is a
All right.
gardener.
He's a gardener, right? He's a gardener. And he works in
He
the Central
works
Park.
in
He
the
works
Central Park.
here.
In the
Okay.
Central Park.
Now, listen again and complete the lines from the conversation. Practice them with a partner. 9.7, part 2. There are lots of blank spaces, right? You have to complete this.
9.7. A
Fill in the gap.
Brit in New York.
So, Gemma, you're British, but you live in New York, yes?
Yes, that's right. I'm from Manchester.
And, here in New York, do you live on your own?
No, I'm here with my husband, Luke. We both come from Manchester.
I see. And have you both got jobs here?
Yes, I've got a really good job. I work for a fashion company.
Oh, great. And has Luke got a good job, too?
Yes, he's got a wonderful job. He's a gardener and he works in Central Park.
Wow, nice place to work. So where do you live? Have you got an apartment?
Yes, we've got a lovely apartment in Brooklyn. We take the subway to work.
So you haven't got a car here?
No, we haven't. We had a car in Manchester, but here we go everywhere on public transport. It's much easier. The traffic's terrible in New York.
I know. Well, thanks for answering my questions. Have a nice day.
Public transport. Okay, I think you've completed the question answers. Have you both got jobs here? Yes. I have got a really good job. Now I will talk about the grammar. Okay, listen. In English, especially spoken English, British spoken English. Okay, remember this. I said British spoken English, not in English. British spoken English. Instead of have, people use have got for possession. So instead of saying I have a car, British people say I've got a car. Instead of saying I don't have a car, they say I haven't got a car. Instead of saying do you have a car, they say have you got a car? Okay, try again. They don't say I have a car, they say I've got a car. I've got a car. And when they want to say no, they say I haven't got a car. They say I haven't got a car. Thank you. And when they want to make a question, then bring that have before the subject. Have you got a car? So this is British spoken English. Now, how important it is to learn this? I'll say not really important. It's good to know this. Not really important. Why is it good to know? Because sometimes when people say sentences of this kind, then you should not confuse them, you should not misunderstand them. Sometimes people take this sentence otherwise because they think get means acquire, literally. So when somebody says, I've got two sisters, okay, then a professor got angry at a student because he said, I've got two brothers, one sister, things like this. He talked about his brothers and sisters with the phrase, I've got. Then the professor shouted at him, कहाँ से तुमने get किया है अपने भाई बहन को जो I've got बोल रहे हो? Akhilesh. Akhilesh? Hello, Akhilesh, can you hear me? आवाज. Good morning, Akhilesh. Yes, I know. बिल्कुल, please come. 7:30, yes. 7:30. Okay. All right, good. I'll see you today. So he said, "कहाँ से get किया तुमने?" Because he thought got मतलब acquired. Okay, people say, "ना, go get a job." Get means acquired. It is right, Get does mean a lot of things. So, but when you say I've got a car, you basically are saying I have a car. So when you say I've got a sister, you're saying I have a sis. I've got a wife means I have a wife. It's not about acquiring, okay. But he misunderstood because he didn't know this. He shouted at that boy unnecessarily, embarrassed him in the class, but eventually embarrassed himself because he didn't know. So I just want you guys to know that this happens. This is a good sentence in a British English, spoken English. Americans don't use it this way, okay? They are cool with their I have a car, okay? Very informally, very casually, Americans say, I got a car. They say, I got a car. Now this gotta, G-O-T-T-A, gotta, I got a car, okay? Now this means the same thing, I have a car, but this is very casual spoken English, okay? I don't recommend this to my students. I don't say they should use this, I got a car. Nah, don't force yourself to say things like this. If you watch a lot of English movies and you keep hearing gotta, and it naturally comes on your mouth, then that's a different thing. But you don't have to try to learn to speak gotta, okay? I have a car is the best sentence for you guys as a learner, and stay with it. Understand that Americans will be fine with this. British will say, I've got a car. Most British people will say, I've got a car. Yes, in spoken English. Okay, now please respond. What did you write in the blank space? Have you both got jobs here? Yes, I have got a really good job. I work for a fashion company. I work for a fashion company. Okay. Then the interviewer asks, has Luke got a good job too? Then Gemma says, yes, he has got a wonderful job. But you should not write he and has as two words. You should write he apostrophe s in the first blank space. And in the second blank space, you should put the word got. I'll show it to you. Like this. Like this. Okay, this is how we read it. This is how we write it. Have you both got jobs here? Yeah, I've got a really good job. I've got. We don't say I have got. We don't say that. I've got a really good job. I work for a fashion company. Has Luke got a job? Has Luke got a job? Yeah. And then the interviewer asks, you an apartment? Which one? Have you got an apartment? Have you got an apartment? Means, do you have an apartment? Have you got an apartment? Yes. Yes. What? Complete the sentence, guys. We've got. Okay. We've got. Which means we have got, right? So you a car here? Haven't. So you haven't got a car here? So you haven't got a car here? No. We haven't. We haven't. No, we haven't. We had. And when we say had past time, no got, no got. Okay. This got tension only exists in the present. Okay. In the past, we simply use the same had. Nobody will say we had got a car. No, we had a car. So this is a very, I will say, special thing about British spoken English. Now, let's practice. I'm the interviewer. You are Gemma. All of you guys. Have you both got jobs here? Go ahead.
Yes, I have got a real,
Yes, I
really
have got a really good job.
I don't think you pronounced it the right way. There is no have, okay? I have नहीं है. I've कैसे पढ़ना है? जैसे लिखा वैसे ही पढ़ना ना? I've got, okay? I have got पढ़ने की जगह क्या पढ़ना है? I've got. Yes, I've got a really good job. I work for a fashion. Has Luke got a good job too?
Yes,
yes, he
got
got a
a
wonderful
job.
job.
He's got a wonderful job. Have you got an apartment?
Yes, we have got a lovely apartment.
We've got.
Brooklyn.
We've got a lovely apartment.
We,
So you haven't got a car here.
No,
We had a car in Manchester.
no.
Now you
we
guys are
have
the
not.
interviewers.
We
I'm
had a
Gemma.
car, Manchester.
Now you guys are the interviewer. I'm Gemma. Go ahead. English is a very funny language because notice that BOTH is both, but GOT is got. Okay, it's not both, it's both, right? GOT is got, like, but BOTH is not both, it is both. Okay, so yes. Ask me again.
Have you
Job.
both got
Yeah, I've got a really good job. I work for a fashion company.
has Luke got a good job too?
Oh, yes, he's got a wonderful job.
Have you got an apartment?
Yeah, we've got a lovely apartment in Brooklyn.
So you haven't got a car.
No, we haven't. But we had a car in Manchester. Okay. So that was your story of have got. And in the past tense, you don't need to learn anything new. The same had will be used. No got. I have a good job is the same as I've got a good job. Do you have a nice apartment? Is the same as have you got a nice apartment? She doesn't have a car. She hasn't got a car. Okay. And the past is had. बचपन में मेरे पास साइकिल नहीं थी. नहीं थी. I didn't have
I didn't have
a bicycle when I was a kid. I didn't have a bicycle when I was a kid. Life. I was in class 9th. I saw my friends riding a bicycle. Almost all my friends had a bicycle. I didn't. And I still remember how I felt about it. Inside me, I thought, when will I have a bicycle? I just wanted a bicycle. 25 years later, I have a lot of things, but I have the same feeling about some things. Like I say, when will I have a car? Okay. The same feeling I have. When will I have a car? So I think these desires never cease. They never stop. After one, you will have another. It's like one of those games, video games, mobile games you play. After one stage, the next stage, then the next stage, and then the next stage. There is no end to it. You will finish your life. You will run out of life. You'll run out of time. But you will not come to the end of these desires. I'm 100% sure if tomorrow I get a car, there will be something else that I will be bothered by. When will I have this? I may not know what that thing is going to be right now, because right now I'm thinking about a car. But once I have a car, for some days I will enjoy it. Just like I got my bicycle and I was very happy. So happy, I can't tell you. I thought I didn't need anything in this world after that, I was the happiest person in the world when I got a bicycle. Before that, when I was only 14, 15 years old, 16 maybe, I got my first carom board, and I remember that. Because before I bought that carom board, I was like, when will I have my own carom board? And finally, when I got my carom board, I was like, wow, I'm the happiest person in the world. But that happiness lasted 2 years maximum, because after that, I started feeling the same way about a bicycle. And finally, I got a bicycle. Oh, for some days, I was very happy. Then this continues, this cycle. You want something, right? You always want something. Desires never cease, okay? Desires never stop. C-E-A-S-E, cease. Right now, my desire is a car. I'm going to have a car, not this year, not next year, in a couple of years, maybe in 5 years. I don't know when, but I have my eyes set on that so that I can go with my family on a holiday. Go on holiday, not on a holiday. I could go on holiday with my wife, with my children, with my family. Okay. Now, if you have understood this idea of have got, then here you have some sentences, 8 sentences in exercise 3. Why don't you write next to the sentences how you will, say it with have got? I have a nice car. So it will become,
I have got a nice car.
very good. 2,
We have got 3 children.
now do the rest, but in the writing, in the book, okay? I want you to do it alone, everybody. Write the entire sentence. I don't want you to just insert got somewhere in the sentence. Write the entire sentence, okay? Please. Are you guys done? Number 8. Do we have any homework today? Have we got any homework today? Have we got any homework today? Jack doesn't have a sister.
Jack doesn't have got a sister.
Oh, nah, Akhilesh, nah. Akhilesh got it wrong. He said doesn't have got. The correct sentence is Jack hasn't got a sister. 6. I don't have any brothers. I haven't got any brothers. I've got a sister called Emily. How many brothers and sisters do you have? How many brothers and sisters? Do you have a lot of friends? He has a business in South London. He has got a business in South London. We have 3 children. I have a nice car.
9.8. Have got. 1,
I've got a nice car.
Repeat.
2,
We've got 3 children.
We've got 3 children.
3,
He's got a business in South London.
He's got a business.
4,
South
Have
London.
you got a lot of friends?
We got a lot
5.
of friends.
How many brothers and sisters have you got?
6,
I haven't got any brothers. I've got a sister called Emily.
7,
Jack hasn't got a sister.
Jack
8.
hasn't.
Have we got any homework today?
All right. Now, this practice we will do later, number 4. I would like to take you guys to the superlative adjectives. Superlative adjectives. Superlative adjectives. See, comparative adjectives we understood. Comparative adjectives are used to make comparison. But sometimes we don't make comparison. We simply say, सबसे अच्छा, सबसे तगड़ा है. कोई comparison नहीं, खत्म बात, खत्म करो comparison. ज़्यादा अच्छा है, कम अच्छा नहीं, सबसे अच्छा है. So when we put something at the top, no comparison. Group है, group में सबसे top. So that, to show that idea, we need a superlative adjective. ठीक है, हम आपसे ज्यादा उम्रदराज हैं, लेकिन इस दुनिया में सबसे ज्यादा उम्रदराज है इंसान का, सबसे ज्यादा इस दुनिया में सबसे ज्यादा. दैट इज सुपरलेटिव. ओके, ठीक है, हम आपसे कम जानते हैं, मेरा दिमाग आपसे कमजोर है, कंपैरिजन आपसे कमजोर है, वीकर, राइट, लेस इंटेलिजेंट. लेकिन दुनिया का सबसे बेवकूफ इंसान, इस दुनिया का, इस क्लास का सबसे इंटेलिजेंट. So that idea is superlative idea. दुनिया का सबसे crowded country. When we compare Argentina and Italy, तो सवाल होता है दोनों में कौन ज्यादा population है, which has a bigger population, which is more crowded. लेकिन हो रहा है दो की बात नहीं, दुनिया में सबसे ज्यादा कौन. एक ग्रुप बनाओ, ग्रुप में सबसे ऊपर डाल दो, हिंदी में सुनी तो. दुनिया में सबसे ज्यादा क्राउडेड कंट्री कौन सी कंट्री है भाई? सबसे ज्यादा पॉपुलेशन किस कंट्री की है? भारत. इंडिया इज द मोस्ट populated country. India is the most crowded country. India's population is the biggest in the world. The biggest, आप गॉड को मैंने बोला the biggest, the most crowded. तो ये है superlative idea. Superlative की जरूरत पड़ती है जब हम बोलना चाहते हैं इस तरह से बातों को. तुमसे ज्यादा बेवकूफ इस दुनिया में कोई नहीं होगा. अगर ऐसे किसी को बोला तुम सबसे बेवकूफ है, कैसे बोलेंगे? यू आर द सिलिएस्ट, यू आर द डमेस्ट पर्सन इन द वर्ल्ड. तो यहां दैन की बात नहीं आती. दैन की बात आती तो कंपैरेटिव होता है. जैसे आई एम स्मार्टर देन यू, I am more intelligent than you. अगर आप than यूज करते हैं तो comparative यूज करते हैं. But in the world, in the class, the smartest student in the class, the dumbest student in the class, the most intelligent student in the class. तो हमेशा in a group, in my family, the tallest in my family, in my house. Right? The laziest, lazy? The laziest in my family. Okay, guys, if you have to tell me the laziest person in your family, who would it be? You guys have to find the laziest person in your family. Who would that person be, in your opinion? Who, in your opinion, is the laziest person in your family? Oh, your sister. If she finds out you said this, she's gonna be angry with you. Okay, you think your sister is the laziest person in your family, okay? Other people, the laziest person in your family. Hello?
Myself.
Who is this? Akhilesh.
Yes, sir.
Akhilesh says he himself is the laziest person in his family. That's very interesting and very honest. Normally, people don't say me, it's me. They don't say that. They normally say the names of other family members. Uh, uh, I think in my family, it will be me and my daughter and my nephew. We are the laziest. We do a lot of things, but we don't want to do. We don't want to. We are lazy. We are very lazy. So I notice, I said 3 of us are the laziest. 3 of us are the, it is not necessary that I will have to say one name. That, oh, acha dekho. Okay, a race took place in the world, okay? People from all over the world participated. They had to run 1 kilometer in the least amount of time. Okay. So many people ran, thousands of people ran in the race. 5 people finished it in 8, okay, let's say 35 seconds. 5 people finished the race in 35 seconds each. The rest of them, the other people, they took 36, 37, 39, 40 seconds, 50 seconds, 60 seconds. But 5 people took 35 seconds. Nobody took less than this time. Means these 5 were the fastest runners in the world or in that competition. These 5 people were the fastest runners in that competition, right? So first of all, understand the fastest in Hindi. In Hindi, the fastest in Hindi. Sabse zyada, right? Sabse, okay, superlative. The fastest runner in the oh, it's 7:30 it is. Guys, I'll have to wrap up. Okay, we'll carry on tomorrow. I hope you understood the idea. Yeah. So I will ask you to do some homework, okay? You guys read the text about New York and complete the text about Central Park on page number 93. I'll send that homework, okay, in the group. That's all. I'll see you guys tomorrow. Bye. Bye-bye, everyone. Bye-bye. Bye-bye.